Hi, EM Warriors. I'm so excited. It is day 15 of our one day, one pose challenge. I'm Phyllis from Yogability, and we're here today to do my absolute favorite pose called tree pose. It's also, we have a little warrior who posted a picture maybe last week, and he's doing tree pose. I'm so excited that this is his favorite pose too. So we're going to do it today. We're going to start in the full expression of this pose. So we're going to be on our mat, but only if you have a thin mat. If you have a thick mat, and I have a thick mat, so I'm going to get off of my mat today. So I'm going to move my mat so that I'm not standing on it. With thicker mats, you have a lot of give in them, or if you're on carpet, you might have a lot of give, and so it's going to be harder to balance. Also, if you're trying to balance in dim light, many of us are light sensitive, and so we don't keep the lights on quite bright enough because it hurts our eyes. Just know that if you're doing this in dim light, it's a little bit trickier to do because our eyes have a lot to do with balance. So make sure if your balance is a little bit off that you have something next to you, a table, a dresser, a chair, a wall, something you can grab onto if you lose your balance so that you're not falling down. The next thing I like to do is I get my feet in hip distance apart, and I grip the ground. So I lift my toes and I grip the ground. Yeah, just like that. And then I find a spot on the ground. So I'm looking, I have some wood panels on my floor. I'm looking at a spot on the ground, and that's going to be what we call a dristi. It's my gaze spot, okay? So find your dristi, something you're going to concentrate on. And it can't be a person, and it can't be something that's going to move like a shadow. So find a dristi spot in front of you that you can look at. You don't have to look at me while we're doing this, because if you're looking at me, I'm going to be moving. You don't want to be doing that. So just listen to my voice. Okay, so now we're going to take a nice core breath. So breathe in deeply through your nose, inhale. Exhale through your nose, tighten up all these belly muscles on the lower part of your belly, tight, tight, tight. Do it by squeezing your belly button all the way back to your spine. Keep them tight, and now breathe naturally, keeping those muscles engaged. When you have those muscles engaged, you're going to have better balance and better support for yourself. Okay, so we're going to start with our right leg. So I want you to take the heel of your right foot and just kickstand it against your left ankle, just holding it there. If you want a place to put your hands, you can put your hands at your hips. You can put your hands at heart center. You can put your hands at high prayer. You can also grow your tree. Any of those options work. You do what works for you. Now, if this pose is pretty easy for you, keep looking at your dristi point. On the next inhale, we're going to take the sole of our right foot to our shin. And if this is really easy for you, we're going to do full expression by taking that sole all the way up to our inner thigh. Again, hands can be on your hips, at heart center, high prayer, or growing your tree. The more you do this, the more you build that strength and balance in your leg. Okay, on the next exhale, release that leg, drop your hands, shake out anything you need to shake out. So we're going to move to the other side, and you'll notice I don't have a chair behind me today, and that's because you can't do this position in a chair, but what you can do is use the chair to help you with this pose. And so today I'm going to show you the modified version on the other side. So when we lift up the left leg, I'm going to show you the modified version with the chair. So here we are again. We're going to place our feet hip distance apart. So if you're not used to it being in a standing pose, I want you to have support of a chair to do this, okay? So make your feet hip distance apart, lift those toes, grab the ground. Nice. Now we're gonna lift that left heel to our right ankle and just rest it there. So I've got one hand on my chair and I'm doing this. You can also be up against like the sink counter, or if you're folding clothes, doing laundry, you can practice this pose. It's a great pose to practice while you're doing dishes or folding laundry. Find your drishti point in front of you. Focus on that. If this feels okay to you, on the next inhale, we're going to lift that sole of the foot to the inner shin of our right leg. Hands can be on hips. If you're doing the full expression, you can put your hands to heart center. If this feels okay, we're going to move it to full expression, bringing that foot all the way to the inner part of our thigh. You don't put it on the knee, guys. So if you can't raise it this far, keep it on the shin, don't put it on the knee. Knees aren't meant to go that way. Standing nice and tall. I'm using my hand on the back of a chair for support. That's okay. You build the same strength and balance doing this, just like you do doing this. Only I have a little bit extra support. It's okay. Next exhale, we're going to let that leg come down, release our hands, shake anything out you need to. You just completed day 15. So proud of all of you. I can't wait to see you tomorrow.